What about if I dared to dream a little bit here? What about if I dared to type PragerU? And I checked out how they've been doing. PragerU is really fucking dying. Like, they get barely any views anymore. Jeez Louise. Well, no, it does seem like the old school PragerU type videos are still getting decent views. Like, this one's got 500k. But then they also have videos that just get like no views at all. Like 10,000, 2,000, 8,000. But the old school green screen PragerU videos are still getting views apparently. Trying to see if there's anything interesting. They have like gone all in on the AI generation. These thumbnails, like, they're just they're not appealing. And most of them are AI generated. It's fucking pathetic. Sex, what if the Bible is right? That's a fun one. Hold on, I want to watch this one. There's 2.4 million views. Sex, what if the Bible is right? That's an insane title. That is a fucking wild title. I might have found my candidate for a slop reaction video for the week. Like, everyone else is talking about, like, the defining issues of our time. Like, the Israeli colonization of Palestine, you know, American sanctions on Cuba. And PragerU is releasing Sex. What if the Bible is right? This is so 2015 coded. I can't fucking believe it got 2 million views. Let's check this out.
Every year, I ask my college students in my class on contemporary culture the following question.
Okay. You can't be talking like that and be like a right-wing, straight, like, white heterosexual male conservative who hates LGBT people. You can't. If you talk to anyone, I want you to know they think you're gay. I want you to know they think you literally are gay. You have like the accent of a gay person in the USA. What is this? This guy's 100% on Grindr. No fucking way. You can't be talking like this and be making videos like this.
What would the world be like if everyone followed the Bible's teaching on sex? Better, same, or worse?
I just said be talking like this? What's wrong with me? I apologize for my cultural appropriation of black people.
Worse. Okay, I can almost hear many of you saying, what does an ancient book have to teach me about sex?
I love it. The graphics, the exact same as they've always been. This is PragerU at its peak. This is what we're here for. I can't wait for Sean McDowell, the 100% definitely not gay associate professor of philosophy at the Talbot School of Theology. That shouldn't be legal. Giving me a lecture about how the Bible's right about sex.
Sexual ethics today. Fair enough. Stay with me. First, I have to explain what the Bible says about the topic. Simply put, from Genesis to Revelation, the Bible teaches that God designed sex to be experienced between one man and one woman who become one flesh in a loving, committed relationship for life. While it's true that the Bible is full of people who fail to follow this teaching, and sadly experience the consequences of their choices, the Bible holds that sex is a sacred gift meant to be experienced within monogamous marriage. With this in mind, let's return to my question.
That's just sounds so weird. So weird. A sacred gift. Sex is a sacred gift. Man, they are sure are obsessed with fucking sex. That's like the least arousing description of sex I've ever heard. You gotta be fucking with me.
After much discussion and a lot of hemming and hawing, here's what my students typically say. There would be no pregnancies outside of a loving, committed marriage. There would be no pain and devastation from adultery. There would be
Who are these students? Who are these students? Who are the students who go to a school of theology, or however the fuck you pronounce it? Who are they? These fucking losers, man.
No absent fathers. There would be less domestic violence. There would be no sex trafficking, sexual abuse, or sexually transmitted diseases. My students have to admit that a world without these evils, a world in which kids are raised in a stable home with parents who love and cherish them.
They're forced to admit that? I don't think that anyone who goes to the Talbot School of Theology needs to be convinced of these things, dude. I don't think they're being forced to admit anything. I think they already think all of that.
Would be far better than the world we currently inhabit. In contrast, the sexual revolution has largely brought psychological pain disillusionment and brokenness.
Wait. So were women happy before, especially? In fact, were men happy before? Was anyone happier before? Do you think that's the case? I would contest that. I would bet you there was a lot of psychological pain, disillusionment, and brokenness before people started fucking on the Tinders or the Grinder for people like you.
Why? Because it is rooted in at least 3 falsehoods. Lie number 1, sex is merely a leisure activity with no deeper meaning. This is the central thesis of the sexual revolution.
I'd love to see how you justify something so subjective like sex has broader meaning.
Is just a biological function. And of course, it's fun. And what's wrong with having a little bit of fun? And with birth control, there's no downside, right? But everyone knows this is not the full story. We all know there's more to sex than merely having a good time. Why, for instance, do movies now have an intimacy coordinator for sex scenes? They don't have a dinner coordinator for dinner scenes.
Probably because they don't want people to be sexually assaulted.
Even in progressive Hollywood, they acknowledge that sex is in a category of its own. Hollywood...
Well, yeah, because it's associated with tons of power dynamics, and I don't think the same thing exists for dinner. I'm not really sure about this comparison.
Might not call sex sacred, but they recognize
it's not that they think it's sacred. It's that there's a lot of shit around it that makes it a whole lot more risky than just having dinner.
It's power. It's
most of it coming from men, by the way. Most of it, not all of it.
Significance, its meaning, which if you think about it, is not too far from the biblical view.
I mean, the power is the only one that people really agree with. The other two, I don't think they agree with it at all. And I don't think that there's an intimacy coordinator on some movie sets, which is literally the only evidence he cited. Is that all proof of his claim here? What's the correlation?
Lie number 2, men and women are interchangeable. Your great-grandmother would have fallen out of her chair laughing at this one. But today, this obvious truth...
I don't know, your great-grandmother also would have fallen out of her chair laughing if you told her that black people were people. Sometimes your great-grandmother isn't the greatest source.
Often gets lost in our confused world. Consider the fact that well over 9 out of 10 sex offenders are male.
Why are you saying this? This seems to go against your general ideological line that, men don't do anything particularly bad and wrong or anything.
Men and women were interchangeable, it would be 50-50. The obvious reason it's...
What do you mean men and women are interchangeable? What does this even mean? I don't understand. Men and women are interchangeable? Can you provide an example of what he actually means by this? Because I'm just not seeing it. He just presented, that phrase and then didn't talk about, what he actually means by that. Who is he talking about? What arguments is he talking about? And then he's clearly men and women aren't interchangeable because men and women are different in some ways. Okay. I don't even get it. What's the argument that you're arguing against?
Not is because men and women are different. They have
Whoa, really?
Sex drives. They are biologically different and they even think differently.
Whoa. Okay, and?
This too, the Bible affirms.
I mean, you don't need the fucking Bible to tell you that, dude. Do you need the Bible to tell you that there are biological differences between men and women? Between males and females? Whoa, really? I had no fucking idea. I don't even understand what he was trying to debunk there. He never actually presented the opponent's arguments so that we could know what he was responding to.
Lie number 3, consent alone makes sex moral. While consent alone must be given for sex to be moral, consent alone does not make it right or good.
I mean, right or good is completely subjective. 1000% something that you cannot objectively prove or argue for. So what exactly? I mean, for you, sure. I'm sure you think that. I'm sure you genuinely... No, I don't think you genuinely believe that because I know what you get done on Grindr every weekend when your missus isn't looking. But I'm sure you pretend to believe it. Yeah, sure. How do I possibly argue against someone just saying this thing is bad or this thing isn't right? I can't. You're right. I can't. That's just a subjective opinion. Consent doesn't make sex good. Okay. Sure. I mean, you speak your truth.
You can harm someone and dehumanize them with their consent. Wouldn't you rather be with someone who cherishes you rather than someone who's focused on simply getting you to say yes?
I mean, I think so, yeah. Most people very much would prefer that. So I don't think the straw man really holds up here, because even people who like disagree with you on this do think that.
Of course you would. That's the biblical view as well. In contrast,
I don't even get that. Like, sex can be dehumanizing, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of people who like that sort of sex with people who are also like love and care about them, as you said. So I don't really understand the contradiction here. It's like presenting two things that aren't necessarily contradictory as if they are.
to the message of the sexual revolution. People with a lifetime sexual partner, the biblical design, report the happiest marriages. According to British author Louise.
I mean, what's the fucking divorce rate? Like 50%? Yeah, that's like selecting for like the people who won, right? Like people with a lifelong sexual partner report the happiest marriages. Like, of course, the people who ended up staying with their like husband or wife or spouse or whatever for their entire fucking life report being the happiest with their relationship, because you're selecting for the people who got to that point. You're selecting for the people who won the lottery and found someone who they like to be with enough to stay with them for like 5 decades. And you're just by looking at those sorts of people, you're eliminating all the people who got divorced because they fucking hated each other. All the people who got, broke up. So yeah, I mean, that's true, but I don't think it's as great of a point as you think so.
Perry, in her book, The Case Against the Sexual Revolution. The monogamous model is spectacularly successful. When society...
The vast majority of people are monogamous. Like, most people have sex with others hoping to find someone who they can then be monogamous with. The vast majority of people, even in the West, like I'd say 90-95% easily. So what the fuck are you even arguing against here?
Adopts this model, according to Perry, it results in less child abuse and domestic violence, lower crime rates, and positive economic growth.
What counterfactual is there to this? You just described every society in the world. Most societies, unless you're like fucking Mormons, are based around monogamous, like heterosexual relationships. So what are you even comparing this to? There's no possible place to compare it to. Like the non-monogamous societies where monogamy isn't like the most prevalent form of relationship are so marginal that you simply don't have enough data to even argue this point.
In short, people flourish in their lives and relationships. Again, these conclusions line up with the Bible. When Moses...
This is just like anything lines up with the Bible, man. I have to piss and shit, or otherwise I'll probably die from like having piss and shit backed up in my body. Bet it tells you that in the Bible. You should shit. You should piss. I guarantee you it tells people like they should shit and piss. They should like how to shit and piss, not to eat their shit and piss. I mean, yeah, it's all in the Bible. The Bible's right about everything. Like, yeah, sure.
Jesus delivered God's law to the Israelites. He entreated them to follow the Creator's commands, which he said are for their good. God's design for sex is clear. It is to be experienced between one man and one woman.
So his ultimate conclusion here is that God said so. Like, his argument is that God said so in the end. Incredible. His conclusion is God said so.
In a loving, committed relationship.
I mean, you already said
life.
This at the start.
So let's revisit my opening question. What would the world be like if everyone followed the Bible's teaching on sex? Better, same, or worse? I think you know the answer. Whether you choose to live it, well, that's up to you. I'm Sean
You can look at Mormons for that.
McDowell, Associate Professor of Philosophy at Talbot School of Theology.
Talbot School of Theology. Oh, man.
For Prager University.
Is that even a real university? I need to look this up. Talbot School of Theology. What is that? Religious college in California. It's an evangelical Christian theological seminary. It's not a university. It's a seminary. What? It's accredited by the Association of Theological Schools in the United States and Canada. Is it even a real university? Oh no, it's under the umbrella of a university, Biola University. So it must be accredited, I guess. Okay, they are accredited. It's crazy this is even allowed in the US. What a fucked up country. But yeah, I mean, that was a great video by my friend here. You know, if you want to contact him, Just open up your local grinder. He'll probably show up and you can leave a complaint after you match.